Welcome back, this is Jeff Byers, and we are modeling the Retro Toaster Part 3. So, before we move any further, we need to work on the feet part. We're going to need to work on these little legs at the bottom. And so we're just going to take off, I'm going to right click over the object and just take off the bottom part and just hit the delete key. And then we're going to select the edge loops on the bottom. So let's go to edge mode and double click on one of the edges here. And we're going to go Control E for extrude, and we're just going to hit the R key to scale in. So R key, and then in the center we'll go uniform scale or scale those in. Something like that, nothing too thick. All right, and then we're going to go in, right click and go to face mode, and we're going to select 4 of these all the way around. And probably be good if I turned off the reference on the bottom, but we'll see if I get this right. It looks like I got something accidentally selected, so I'll unselect those. Just make sure you don't select anything at this point, because you can really mess up your model and it's really hard to fix. All right, so nothing else is selected. Sometimes I hit the 4 key just to see where I'm at. I'm going to go to the top view, see if I got them equal. 4 pieces from the top view. Yes, looks good. And go back to 5 key, and then we're going to extrude that. Extrude it, Control E, okay, and then hit the W key and move it down. Okay, and then we want it to be scaled in. So we're going to hit the R key, and then we're just going to scale that in to match that angle that we have there. And hit the 3 key, and you can see that gives it a nice shape. Like that. Something similar to what we have here. Now we may have scaled it in too much. We've got quite a dent right there. So I'm going to hit the 1 key again. Click on the object, hit the 1 key again, and then let's pull it back a little bit. Scale it back a little bit like that. Hit the 3 key and try that. See what that looks like. Well, it looks pretty good. Again, we have kind of a bump there. And if I hit the 1 key, you can see that that bump is kind of causing some problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that edge right there, and hit the Q key, and I'm going to continue to select these edges. Now there's a break. Whenever you have a break, you'll have to make sure that you click all the edges on the outside. I'm just clicking the edges on the outside where the feet are, and just rotating around until I get them all. And this is just a quick way, instead of doing one vertex at a time, trying to get that to look good, I'm going to scale it all at once, and I'm going to try to get rid of that bump I have there. That's going to help make it look like it's all one piece and not something extruded. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm going to go in here and uniformly scale it up until that kind of goes away. So let's see if I was able to do that. And yes, that looks much better. That looks pretty spot on. I see a little bit of a dent there. Could be from these guys right here. Let me take a look. 1 key. Might be able to go a little farther with that. Okay, let's go back, Control Z. All right, so let's go a little bit more. There we go, that might do it. And just see, and what I'm looking for is that shape right here. Looking at that shape right here. That's going in. I'm gonna hit the 3 key and click off again. I think that's it. Yeah, that's way better. All right, let's look at what it looks like here. It's a little bit lower, but then again, we have that is pushed down. So let's go back to perspective, take a look at it. And it might be a little bit too low. A couple more things we can do. We can select the bottom and just select the faces. Okay, I can do this faster from the front view. I'm going to marquee select everything there and then hold down the control key and then deselect the top parts, and that will allow me to line these up a little bit better. You can see that they're not aligned very well, but I'm going to pull those up a little bit, just up a little bit like that, and that might change the way it looks. But anyway, let's go ahead and select it again, hit the 3 key and see how that looks. And I think that looks better. I think that's very close to what we have from the image. And let me take a look. Yep, that looks good. So those are the feet, got the feet done. Okay. All right, so I kind of want to do one other thing, add some edge loops in here to kind of solidify this, this piece right here. And I'm going to hold the shift key down and right mouse button down to insert edge loop. And I'm going to go in here and insert an edge loop here and here. And that should tighten this up a little bit. And hit the Q key to get out and go back into object mode and hit the 3 key. There we go. Much nicer. Now we get a really nice edge there. That looks good. Okay, very happy with that. So I'm going to kind of go around, just make sure everything's looking good, I didn't make any mistakes, and save your work. All right, we're going to move forward with creating the slits for the bread in the next video.